or call us at 457-9997. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
A pleasant morning to all of the listeners of WEFM. It is a beautiful Thursday morning, and I'm not just saying that, it really is beautiful. The water outside is flat, Roleza.
Get coffee horizon just now.
Anyways, it is another day of Activated Mornings right here on WEFM with Roleza and Dianna, and at this time of the morning, of course, with PeeJohn, who is already on the line to give us his morning commentary. PeeJohn, good morning to you.
Good morning, ladies. As you call yourself, the angels. Good morning. My question emerged from yesterday's discussion. How do single mothers make it in SVG today? You had quite an interesting interview with Zena and Kiara. I think her name was
Kia.
They both share the joys of being single mothers who are striving to succeed as working women in their respective fields. They appear to have embraced single motherhood despite the challenges. I get the sense they made a choice to be single mothers. In fact, it seems as if more and more young women are making that choice. I suspect that being a single mother in St. Vincent and the Grenadines today comes with significant challenges. So how do they make it? Especially while trying to pursue careers at the same time. I observe what I call 5 sets of challenges. These include 1, financial struggles. Many single mothers face financial hardships due to high cost of living, limited job opportunities, especially if they don't have strong family support. 2, limited childcare support. Affordable and reliable childcare can be hard to find, making it difficult for single mothers to work full-time or further their education. 3, social stigma. While attitudes are changing where this is concerned, some people still view, especially in the church, single motherhood negatively, which can lead to social judgment or even lack of support. And 4, we have co-parenting issues. If the father is not involved, and in many cases the father is not involved, or inconsistent with support, raising a child alone can be emotionally and financially stressful. I think I hear that come out ever so often from one who is presently in our company. 5, access to education and career growth. Some single mothers struggle to balance work, school, parenting, and this making it harder to improve their financial situation. So I conclude by saying, finally, essentially, it cannot be easy being a single mother in SVG, but yet the numbers appear to be on the increase. How are they making it? So big up to all single mothers, and that is my rant for the day.
All right, then.
All right,
Thank you. All the best.
To you
All right.
too, thanks.
All right. Once again, Buiti Binafi to all the listeners of the Clean Fresh Sound. This is the voice of Dianna, and the next voice you hear will be Roleza, because we are the 2 people here making your morning great. I just know it. We're just here making your morning great. I looked outside a while ago, and I am not exaggerating when I tell you the water is so calm. really said the waves are hardly breaking on the show, and I just wish I was there. Those are the times when I want to be at the beach when the water is flat, 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 because I can't swim, so I don't really want to compete with all the waves, and it's looking beautiful outside. But you're not here to enjoy it. So if you want to be looking out and seeing the beautiful water like us, or you want to be in the water, even better, then you know exactly what to do, right? But for now, good morning, Roleza.
All right. Good morning to everybody. Trust as usual that everybody is having a great day. It is a final work day for some of you for this week. So as Dianna is there speaking about water and beach, many of you may be able to tomorrow go out and enjoy the beach the beaches in SVG we will be celebrating tomorrow as National Heroes Day. All right. So I'm not sure what all activities are taking place today. I think school children in particular might be very involved in certain activities today, but hopefully there will be some recognition, there will be some acknowledgement, there will be some persons actually taking part in whatever cultural and official activities that will be happening tomorrow in recognition of the day, apart from enjoying it as a public holiday. All right. So remember, today comes like Friday, so place might be a little bit busy. Persons might be going into town to conduct whatever business that they're doing. So as usual, we're just urging everybody to be careful and to be safe on your roads. Okay?
Correct. Right. So to head into our discussion, PeeJohn asks, how are single mothers in SVG make it? For one, based off our discussion yesterday, if you heard, one of the ways that they're making it is by being ambitious, by not sitting down and allowing, for some of them, not sitting down and allowing the situation to get the best of them. So they're going out and trying their best to make ends meet. Roleza, I'm gonna go to you, and then we come back to me.
But you
right to hear your thoughts.
All right, so I will give my situation of having been raised in a single parent household. I don't.
Yes, go right ahead.
Over to me. All right, so PeeJohn said something interesting that it seems as though many women are making the choice to become single mothers. And this is where I think I would have to disagree, because I really and truly don't know how many women choose to become single mothers, or it's a case where the relationship that they are in or they were in did not work out the way in which they expected. Now, yes, I know some persons are going to be out there saying that, if you did not plan on becoming a single mother, then maybe you should not have had sex or unprotected sex, or you should have just waited until marriage, right? Yes, I can hear what y'all are saying out there, but I really and truly don't know how many women have chosen the path of raising this child by themselves, all right? Co-parenting helps significantly, but I think sometimes, and it's interesting because I saw somebody very close to us make this post yesterday, or sometime recently. She said, if you want to know the true value of a man or a man's integrity, tell him that you're pregnant as a woman, right? Because then is when you really see whether or not the things that he said to you in the relationship, whether or not he actually does value you and he does value this child that you are bringing into the world that you both created. So I think many times as women, yes, you may not have chosen to bring this child out. Well, you chose to bring the child, but it may not have necessarily been planned. But the thing of it is that you have made a choice to bring the child into the world with or without the support that you were hoping that you were going to receive. And I do have to say hats off to single parents, single mothers in particular. I personally don't know how persons do it. I personally don't know how my mother did it. And it's not for the faint of heart, right? Because you do also have to look at different things that stem from being raised in a single parent household. Now, for me personally, would I have preferred to have been raised in a household, let's say, where I saw and I'm saying my father, not directly my personal father, but my father, let's say, beating on my mother, or let's say cheating on my mother, or let's say growing up in a household where they're always arguing and they're always in disputes. Would I have preferred to be raised in a two-parent household, seeing all of these things? Or would I have preferred to be raised in a single-parent household where it was, yes, my mother struggling to bring up my sister and I, but for the most part, I did not have to witness all of those things. And if you have to give me the option, give me the household that I grew up in, which is just with my single mother only, right? So, yeah, there are different things that we can speak along those lines, but that's just what it is that I could share with regards to my perspective of having been raised in a single parent household.
Well, yeah, your perspective is good, and it's correct. I think for me, the answer really is just that they're being ambitious and they're getting up and going out and doing what they know that they're supposed to do for the child. Some of them would use the welfare service, I know, but not all of them choose to use that. Not all women feel like they should have to take the man to court to take care of his child, and some women just feel like it doesn't make sense going through all of that court process for hardly any money. Basically, this feels like a waste of time. It is better. I would always encourage. I would not necessarily promote being a single mother or being a single father or whatever. But what I do promote is mental health, mental well-being, right? And in some cases, women are single mothers simply because they're not going to put up with foolishness from a man. And in some cases, you may be in a relationship with somebody, and as you said, tell them that you're pregnant. No, that's not always the case. Some men, as soon as you tell them they're pregnant, they're like, okay, I'm out, right? But for some, they would stay, they would take care of their child, and they would seemingly be good fathers. But being a good father does not necessarily mean that you are a good man. And at the end of the day, the mother needs to be well. She needs to be, oftentimes we promote certain things and say, oh, well, do it for the sake of the child. But a mother cannot be a good mother if she's not doing well in her mind. And nobody could be a good person. Nobody could be a properly functioning human being without being well in their mind. So I always promote, listen, you do what is best for you mentally, because let's say, for example, she decides to stay with a man and she's putting up with all sorts of things from him, and she eventually becomes suicidal and kills herself. And there's a child without a mother for a situation like that, when she could have just left him and do what she needs to do for herself. I don't think I really have anything more to say on this. I am aware of how the society looks at mothers who are single, of course, some of the things that you would say. So for me personally, I usually don't bring up this topic, or usually try to stay away from this topic, because I will get upset and I don't want to curse people out when they start to say certain things. I have to learn to educate people without getting upset on certain topics. Yeah. But let's just say for my case, it was a case where I was with this boy for like 6 years. To be honest, that was too long, because I was just putting up with nonsense, because I loved him more than I loved myself. So after a while, I just decided, you know what, enough is enough, and I'm out. And it's now a case where you're upset. You're upset because I didn't stay and put up with your nonsense, and you're trying to spite me, and really you're spiting your own child. So that's my situation. And that is it for me for now.
All right. So before you go for that, okay. I think one of the things that we also need to recognize is that it takes a village to raise a child, right? Mm-hmm. And yes, a child has been brought into the world, whether planned or unplanned, right? Grandparents could be upset at all they want. The point is the grandchild is already here, all right? So, I mean, yes, I know some of you will be saying, but we talk to you, this and that, and anything of it, but the child is here, all right? So many times what you just need to do is extend that support to this young lady so that a cycle of poverty doesn't continue. A woman doesn't have to stay in a domestic or an abusive situation because she doesn't have somewhere to turn to. I always think that children should have a home that they can go back to even as adults. All right, so the support has to be there. I had a village that had to help my mother to raise me, to provide clothing, to help with financially. My sister and I, we had a village, all right? So if you see a woman out there and she is trying her best to provide for her child or her children, be that support. One of the things that I tend to do with some of my friends in particular, with a friend in particular, she would say sometimes that she just wants to get away. She just wants to go out. She wants to be by herself. And I said, well, it's okay. You can leave your child with me. I have no problem looking after your child. I mean, clearly I'm not going to be raising the child. So watching the child for a few hours is perfectly fine with me. But we also have to recognize that there are times when a mother just needs to be able to get back herself. And sometimes getting back herself might mean just dressing nicely, going out for a few hours, and then coming back to be mommy. All right. So sometimes we just need to extend that support system, or be that support system to persons who find themselves as single mothers. All right.
Yeah. And just my final thing on that, well, my encouragement to women or those who are already single mothers is to just learn from what happened, learn from that situation, and try to use wisdom going forward. Yeah, that's it. And it's now time for us to head out. It's time for us to head out of this talk segment and go straight into our traffic talk. WEFM.